Recording.
Good to go. Everybody
Good.
sit down, sit down.
Alrighty, guys.
Okay,
So,
let's do this.
So, how does everyone feel right now? Especially right now that everybody, we just went through, I guess, a quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so honestly, I feel pretty overwhelmed. That in the morning, I had no thoughts on my mind. It was more of worries than creative thoughts. Honestly, something I don't like at all. Because, we like to grow, we like to build, and we have so many ideas. So for me to feel like that in the morning, it was a little hard. But now I feel so open. I feel free. I feel no weight on my shoulders.
To be honest, in the morning, actually yesterday after having that argument, oh man, yesterday I felt like that's it, like it's over. But now today having that discussion with Sneakerhub, that's it. It's like you were explaining that whole overwhelming feeling, just like
Yeah.
finally it's gone.
It's a whole
gone.
weight just off, and you feel more just open, ready to do whatever comes next.
Yeah, ready for, like we were explaining earlier, ready just to have the journey happen.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true.
Exactly. Now, to be honest, since I don't want to put it this way, we did leave Sneakerhub, and now we are a freelance type of thing. Now we have more open opportunities to go in other directions.
That's
So
very true.
what directions do you guys think we should head into?
Well, to be honest, I was considering actually doing more of like these freelance little jobs, just the same way. Okay, so this is the rundown. This is a little story
Okay.
of how I actually got into Sneakerhub. So a couple months ago, I was working at Metro PCS.
Okay.
And I disliked it a lot. I was a salesperson, and I really I enjoyed the people that would always come in, but the actual managers, they disliked what I did,
Okay.
which was, in a business perspective, I get it. I was supposed to sell, but
course.
many people didn't want to go in there and buy anything. They just
Makes
wanted
sense.
to go in there and fix their issues, and I love fixing issues. I'm a Libra, so I like fixing problems. One,
Kinda
two.
true.
People just want to have conversations. People don't have
That's true.
anybody to talk to, and I was there. I felt like I was there for them, and I enjoyed that a lot. And instead of, oh look, this is the brand new phone, you want to buy it? No, like that's not fair.
No, of
So I
course.
was there. One of my other friends, Alejandra, started working there, and she was a video producer and photographer as well. And she was actually the one that gave me the idea to like pursue it even more, because at that time I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this no more photography, like that's it, I'm done.
Okay.
Call it quits. But then she inspired me a little bit more, and I was going on YouTube, and I actually saw I forgot his name, but we'll put it somewhere here. His
When we
channel.
find it, it'll be somewhere.
Yeah,
in
his
that.
channel, we'll find it, we'll put it here. And he inspired me because he was going from store to store, well, coffee shops to coffee shops, asking people if they wanted pictures. And I was like, I mean, the concept is there.
Yeah.
Now I just have to put it into play. At that moment, I was like, I can't do that. Fuck that. I can't do something like that. But then eventually, I grew a pair of balls, and I was like, fuck it, let's do it. So I was with Jose and his girlfriend, and we were going down Burger Line, and we were like, let's see who wants actually some pictures. Going store to store. Some people were saying, you know what, we'll give you a call. Give me a call back. Come back in a week. Come back in 2 weeks. And so on, until I eventually reached Sneakerhub. I reached Sneakerhub, gave me an opportunity, and it went from there. And that's the whole rundown as to how we got in the start with Sneakerhub.
That's awesome. Cause
Well, the thing is that Dre got into Sneakerhub first, and then he was getting a lot of work, working the back end, the photography, and also the social media. And then eventually, T over here, he came into the store, and then basically Dre gave him the opportunity to run the social media, and then the Sneakerhub, I guess, boss, he was okay with it, and he brought him in. And then 2 days later, I literally came in to say hi to them, and Dre told the boss that we needed a back-end person, and that was me. So, and then I was just hired then and there,
Right there and then.
and then that's how we got in.
yeah. Now I kind of want to go back to touch base with how Dre said he used to work at Metro PCS and he used to love talking to people at Metro PCS. I was one of those people who used to go mostly pretty often after school to go talk with Dre, see how his day was going at Metro PCS. And I would see that Metro PCS wasn't his type of environment. He would even still be there with his laptop dedicated, doing work for Sneakerhub. He would show me
it was.
photos of, like, hey, what do you think this sneaker looks like? And I'm like, damn, that looks like someone's walking in the shoe. And I'm like, it's a pretty cool shot. He was dedicated, he was doing all his work, and he was trying to find himself. You
Right.
were trying to find yourself, and you took a lot of time to do that until
Oh,
you
yeah.
finally took initiative, and you're like, fuck this Metro PCS stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move to Sneakerhub, and then
Right.
from there, you told me a lot how it was going until I got the open opportunity. Hey, would you be willing to
Oh, yeah,
work
that's true.
social media and Sneakerhub? And I was like, hell yeah. As long as I was like by family side, I was like, hell yeah. I know, I can't do wrong by family side.
Exactly. Yeah, other than that, again, Sneaker Hub was a very good place to work.
Mhm.
There were some issues.
Of course,
We can't say that every other place there isn't issues.
of course, there's issues everywhere.
There's issues everywhere, but now it's up to the limit as to how much issues can you hold. And unfortunately, people might call us that we can't hold a lot of stress, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
We don't like stress.
It's true.
I mean, there's people out there that don't stress at all and they're successful. There's other people who are stressing the hell out of themselves and can't hold anything. So it comes to the balance to you either have a lot of money and a lot of stress and can enjoy this, or we enjoy the times with family and we get to enjoy this beautiful place and Mother Earth. You get me?
Of course.
For the people only listening, by the way, we are in a forest.
Oh, yeah.
Literally inside a forest. And on a table, we just set up a mic and cameras, and we're just here talking to the mic, enjoying our day.
And some of you may ask why we're in a forest, but many of you don't know us and are just tuning in on our podcast or just meeting us. We're very outdoors type of people. We love hiking. We love going on any type of trail. We specifically love camping. That is something that we've been doing more often now, especially together as a family, which is amazing. So much new experiences, looking up at the stars at night. It's a whole different environment, but an environment that makes you feel safe and open. Like Dre says, we're going to kind of hop back to him and have his little tree talk.
Oh, my tree talk. Here we go.
What is a tree?
Okay, so this is my favorite topic because I love trees. That's hands down. Okay.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
I mean, when you put me on the spot like that, I kind of forget. Like,
Sorry to cut you off.
Go
there
for
real
it.
quick. Can I smoke here?
go for it.
We can
Okay.
always
Go
cut
for
the image and we can cut the audio.
Okay.
I mean, it's still recording anyways.
That's what I'm saying. Like cut the piece and then we just put it together.
Nah, who cares? I strongly believe that trees I strongly believe that all these forest areas and trees are, and Brian can help me back this up, are we're the living conscious, us humans, we're the living consciousness of the tree.
Okay.
So yes, the tree is a life and has a life, but we're the ones who roam this planet based off of their
Intellect.
Okay.
So the same way that trees have time to grow and develop themselves, and some trees produce like fruits,
Okay.
just like humans.
Yes.
Some humans produce fruits, as in like maybe kids or their wisdom and their ideas.
Their
Same thing.
companies, their businesses, anything could be a fruit.
Yeah.
If you really consider it a fruit, it could be anything. Their crafts, their art, their music. Like Dre said, their kids, and then the kids produce more kids.
Yeah.
And
And
so far and so on and so forth. It's just more and more fruit.
Yeah, and a tree doesn't grow overnight. A
Mhm.
tree does take time, just like a human. A human takes time to develop. Yes, right now we're pretty young, but we're in that strawberry, or maybe, I don't know, Brian, back me up with like a good plant that we could be in that's producing some type of fruit. That doesn't take too long.
Well, I don't really know much, but I guess beans.
Okay, I guess we're in the bean stage.
Yeah, we're in the bean stage.
We're in the bean stage right now, but it's okay. If you guys remember
we're
the
producing.
Jack of the Beanstalk, one little bean turned into a very, very large tree
Yeah.
and opened the world to the giants.
There you go.
So,
That's very
But-
true.
But then again, trees do have their good side and their bad side. Some trees are planted in some places where they're supposed to be planted, and some trees are planted where they're supposed to be planted. But at the end of the day, a tree is a tree and they have roots. And at the end of the day, we have roots as well. We learn from our parents, we learn from our friends, our families, and
Our
our past as well.
yes.
Just like these trees in the forest. We don't know it, and it sounds crazy, but the earth actually has a lot of wisdom and a lot of nutrients, just like we do. And the trees are just absorb it, and they grow as what they are. Just a little rundown as to what I believe trees are.
That's a good rundown, yeah.
That is a good rundown. Now, again, with the whole roots thing, now let's touch base with Brian. You want to get a tattoo, correct?
That ass. True.
Now, would you mind explaining your tattoo idea?
Okay, so my tattoo idea is the main thing is gonna be a brain, like basically the top cap of the brain, and under it is gonna come out roots, and then on top of it is gonna be 2 roses coming out. So the whole idea is, well, the whole concept of it is no flower could ever blossom without the information from its roots. So technically, the brain processes information. You know, I could put a heart instead of a brain, but the heart doesn't really, to me, it doesn't really focus on information. It's more just like passion. But I like information, so the brain would be a better image for that concept. And of course, the roots. You know, the information goes from the roots into the blossom, which comes out the flower or the fruit, as we were talking earlier. That's basically the whole concept of the tattoo.
Nice. Now,
like
T,
that.
now that we're talking into the topics of tattoos, would you ever want to get a tattoo?
Oof, I want to get a lot of tattoos, to be honest. Now, one might judge me on this. Now, people behind the cameras, they can judge me on this all they want, but I do want to get my body full of tattoos.
Oh, that's pretty
Specifically, a lot of tattoos that don't have much significance to others, but it does have a lot of significance to me. I want to get a lot of artwork done on my body, just because I love art. I've been a huge fan of art for probably the longest time. I like reading some books on art. It may not be the history of it, but it's the image, and it describes what's behind the image. More specifically, my favorite artist, Cause. He was an artist from New York, started back down in like the probably late 80s, early 1990s, and he inspired me so much. The way he creates a lot of stuffed animals now, but his art is beautiful. It's all like, I guess, like the way it's put together, the colors, the abstract art. I just love art, and that's what I want on me. I want a lot of insignificant drawings that have a lot of meaning, but to me, that creates the meaning for me.
Maybe like a stick figure jumping, and it's like, oh, people will be like, oh, what the heck is that? Well, it's myself jumping.
It's myself.
But it's jumping to a whole different universe and something like that.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Let's say a stick man jumping from here, and then there's a wormhole here, but then another one, the reality comes through.
Oh yeah. Maybe like half the body here and half the body here.
Yeah, that'd be
jumping
cool. Like half of the body is a stick figure, and he jumps into a different dimension, which in his other half of the body is like it's not a stick figure. Maybe it's like some type of like 3D form or something.
Building the anatomy of the human.
Yeah.
The human body. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, let's write that down.
Jot some notes. But so a little bit before we started this podcast episode, we had some thoughts and ideas about BuzzFeed.
Oh yeah.
So we were kind of getting into it, throwing out ideas, but now I'm gonna get to what I was saying about it. So in order to be with kind of BuzzFeed, you have to give them a blueprint and a time of what you expect to do and what the plan you want to give them that you want to execute with them. So now, I had asked Brian prior to that, are there any people in BuzzFeed doing anything with adventures, traveling the world, how it is in like the Washington forest, how it is in this national state park, how does it feel camping with bears?
Ooh.
So that's a lot that can attract an audience, and we can give them a time span of like, yeah, we're going to travel the United States of America, travel different national forests for a month, and there we're going to produce videos, have everything done, and we'll give you the rundown in videos every day, BuzzFeed.
Now, that's a very great idea. Imagine having a van. They provide us a van, and we start going to these different national parks, and we camp out there, and like you were explaining, maybe reviews to the bears.
Hey.
Or like what not to do to the bears.
What not to do to the bear. We see a bear fishing for salmon. Now, guys, you either
let's
poke it with a stick or you walk away. What not to do and what to do.
Yeah, we can make it a little educational.
Of course.
You poked them with the stick.
Because there are also a lot of people who go camping and traveling, and they tend not to read the signs, especially the leave no trace policy.
To be honest, that's kind of us.
It is us. Sadly, we've had the mistake to go to campsites that were closed, and
we got in a little trouble.
So yeah, long story short, a police officer pulled up on us in the morning, and he was like, turn off the fire. But he was a very nice police officer, so one day if he does see this, shout out to you. You were amazing that morning. You were really awesome.
Officer badge number B.
But yeah, I definitely think that's a nice concept that we can probably shoot an email to BuzzFeed. Maybe you guys can even get this video out to BuzzFeed and show them our ideas, our thoughts.
Yeah, share it away.
Go ahead.
Until it gets to them.
Yeah, guys.
You guys want to see us tackling bears in the middle of the forest, butt naked?
Share it away.
Yeah, if you guys want to see me skydive from Yosemite National Park with my butt cheeks out like Patrick going through Bikini Bottom, well, you guys heard it first. It's gonna happen here.
There we go.
Yeah, the thing is that I've seen BuzzFeed do like adventure videos, but not like this type of adventure that we're talking about. I've seen them go to places and they try out like certain hotels, or they go to certain countries to try out certain like or to visit certain like scientific centers or like or some type of national like how would I would say, yeah, like science centers basically.
Okay.
National science centers where they do like thermal work and like radioactive work and stuff like that.
Okay.
I've seen those type of videos from BuzzFeed, but I've never really seen like how we're talking about, like adventuring,
That's
like
true.
trying out different state parks. Like what does the national or state park have? Like waterfalls, caves, like ravines or something. That'd be
Okay.
really cool.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Because it's like what Brian was saying. BuzzFeed, normally they tend to stick with the diversity of the culture from different countries. So they just try to stick with the diversity of us humans. They don't really try to kick it as to what's in nature, what's in the wild. Let's acknowledge some of the wildlife, because soon be told, we'll never know if we have all these trees around us anymore, any of this wildlife around us. Animals go extinct almost practically every day. Species are found every day.
If it wasn't for the virus, humans could be extinct as well,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah, it's very true.
Moment of silence for the humans.
But anyways, so we just want to give you a quick rundown also on the podcast future wise, on what we plan on achieving with this podcast. We do want to throw out inspiration out there for the people. We do want to pretty much, in a sense, build that authenticity for the people. We do want to help them get creative, because we do know what it feels like to not have that creativity and sometimes have that tunnel vision where you feel like you can't come out.
Well, the thing is that to have that creativity and not feel like you're being seen.
Okay.
Because I was in this small community. It was called Para Mi Gente.
Okay.
And these artists that were there, oh man, they still have a lot of potential. And unfortunately, because of the coronavirus, the actual art gallery that was supposed to be exposed didn't happen. But these artists have so much potential. You guys have no idea how much these photographers, music artists, actual like painters, their art is amazing. And unfortunately, because the coronavirus thing happened, we couldn't produce the whole art gallery.
Of course.
So hopefully we have that chance to bring these people back to life, or bring more artists to life and expose them.
Very true. Very true.
I myself was one of those artists, and I still am, because I've produced my art, I've stopped, I've continued, I get all foggy, I lose track. I then concentrate about the money, and then I realize it's not about the money, and then I go back to my art, and then I start with my art, and then I realize that I can't make money off of it, and it's just a back and forth. So I've always wanted that place where an artist can be seen, and whoever's seeing it has the chance to like recruit them and be like, you're a very good artist, I need you to paint this mural, or you're a very good photographer, I need you to fly right now to Ibiza or Spain to take these pictures, or if you're a very good music artist, or you know how to do your music, I need you to right now record for DJ Khaled or something.
Yeah.
Like this is what the whole idea is, to have this little platform that eventually can become something bigger.
Of course.
So small artists can become bigger eventually with us, and then so on and so forth.
Wow. That's good actually.
Yeah, that's very, very good.
Sounds very good. Yeah.
So now I have a question. Now, me myself, I enjoy art, more specifically drawings, but I also love the art of talking and the art of inspiration. So I love putting my words together in ways that people would want to hear them, because me in a position sometimes in life, I like telling people the words I wish I was told at some point.
Right.
Like getting that motivation from other people. So it's like, how do I put that kind of art out there without being, in a sense, a motivational speaker in front of crowds, but more as someone where people can go to once in a while, like, you know what, like, I miss the words that person had to say.
Well, it's just like music. It's at the end of the day, Brian can back me up with this, it's poetry. Like rap is poetry. And if you slow down poetry, it's just words.
That's true. That's very, very true.
So it's just those words that you have and you want to put it together, you just now make it into either poetry or you make it into rap. But nowadays, rap is just people just talking shit.
It's a lot of mumble and drugs.
It's mumble and drugs. But now, if you really go back in time and read poetry, it was a lot about love, and it was a lot about success, and a lot about pushing people forward.
Oh no, of course.
So now, if you put your words together the correct way, maybe not even the correct way, but just put your words together, you can create poetry.
Yeah.
And after poetry, you add a little beat, and now you got music.
That kind of reminds me of Tupac in a sense. Yeah. Tupac, he was very, very big on poetry. He was a poet way before he was a rapper. And a lot of his music revolved around his poetry. He used to write about love, his mother, and he just ended up putting out there at some point into music. But, you know, sadly, at some point, it does consume you. And, you know, he did revolve around away from that direction and did become a rap artist in a sense compared to a poet. But, yeah.
But, I mean, it's the modern day poet.
Yeah, of course.
It is, yeah.
It is the modern day poet with the beat.
With the beat.
That's how it is. Then again, the thing you were talking about, making your voice get out there because of you like how to play around with words. Right here in the podcast is what you're doing right now.
You know what?
Basically,
Very true.
just
very
saying
true.
your opinions, and you're putting out there your inspiration throughout your words. Right here, in the mic.
Boom.
You know what? That's a good point right there. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, that's good.
That requires a snapple.
Snap. Very good. Snap.
We are running out of time because these cameras only do run on 30 minutes. How much time have we?
20 minutes.
Oh, 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
That's perfect.
Wow.
21
So whoever wanted to listen to us for 20 minutes, boom, there you go.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much
for listening.
We
Yes.
very, very, very appreciate it. Hopefully you get a little quick glance of Brian T and myself, of our beautiful faces.
Yes.
And don't run away.
And voices.
And voices.
Yes. We hope we're not scaring you away.
Hopefully.
Please don't get scared. We don't bite.
We don't
sometimes, but don't worry.
Yeah, we're not vampires, not yet.
Not yet.
Escaping into the forest.
And if you do want to be a vampire, I guess we are vampires.
But we very much appreciate you guys for watching this. This camera right there. But goodbyes. No.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. Then again, our podcast, we don't have a name yet, but we will come up with one soon. To the cameras, the one over there, peace out. The one over there, peace out.
Oh,
Ooh,
your Instagrams.
okay.
That's
we can do
very
that.
important. Come on.
Okay.
Guys.
So my Instagram is THVDDIS. It is my name, Thaddeus, but you can also just go me by my better nickname, T, just as in the letter T.
TD.
Yeah.
My Instagram is bs._.shots. Shots with a Z at the end. Yeah, that's my photography page. I also have another one, which in BS Shots you will just get redirected to the other one as well, which is my personal, basically modern album type of page where I just post my face instead of my art. And
My Instagram is shoot.with.andres. It's just my photography page. You will be redirected to my other Instagram page, which is photoactive.si. That's my art section. That's how I've been feeling sometimes. If you want to see how I feel, just go into photoactive.si and you'll see my dark side.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So guys, much love to all of you. Thank you for your support. If you are watching this 22-minute podcast, I would say it was very inspirational. I hope you guys found it very inspirational as well. Thank you for your words, Dre. Thank you for your words, Ryan.
No, thank you, T.
Thank you, T.
No,
Thank you,
of
Jay.
course. Thank
Thank
you
you,
all of
Brian.
us. Thank all of us. We all had our inputs in
1, 2,
this.
3.
1, 2, 3.
Whee!
Yeah.
Team.
All right, guys. Team go. All right, guys. Have a good one. Stay blessed. We love you all. Podcast cut.
Podcast cut.